Alright boys, I think today's going to be a little bit of a different type of video to what I would usually post. But I want to talk about time and how it just kind of feels like it escapes us, you know. But while we do that, why not make some Lego? You know, and what this piece of Lego actually says is pretty good as well. No matter what your dream is, you have to dedicate yourself entirely to it. 100%. But yeah, what do I mean by time just kind of like escaping us, or you know, it just seems like it passes so quickly, and we try to, you know, when you try to do too many things at once, especially, I feel like that is kind of something I struggle with. I feel like I do so much in a day sometimes that I can't even all get it done. Well, that comes down to the efficiency of me planning my own days or my own weeks or whatever it is. You know, it just escapes me so quickly. Time escapes my grasp. And you know, it's infuriating. It gets really annoying because, you know, like today, for example, I had a hard day at work. I'm flogged. I don't really want to do anything. For instance, you know, I don't really want to record. I would rather just go to bed and worry about tomorrow. But by doing that, I'm not setting myself up for tomorrow. I'm not setting up my future. I'm not doing anything by doing that. So sometimes you just have to do the work, and it's hard. A lot of the time it is hard to just do the work, and especially when you have bad days. But you know, I feel like time is just such a tricky thing to get a hold of properly, and to like use your time well and use it efficiently and whatnot. Like it's hard. That's pretty much like, yeah, the basis of it all. I can't really explain to you guys how to help you with this issue, the issue of time just somehow escaping you and you're not getting a grasp of it. There's no real value that I can really bring to the table. Like, yeah, you could plan your days a bit better, you could do all of that, but and then you gotta do so many things, and like you gotta plan it week by week by week. And it's a hard skill to learn. It's stupidly hard to learn, at least for me. Maybe not for you. Maybe you guys are really good at planning and staying organized. Something I've always struggled with, especially in school. You know, I always used to have all the teachers write to me. You know, he's a good student, but he needs to stay more focused in classes, and he needs to, you know, use his time more wisely, which I understand. But that is hard to do. It's hard to use your time to its potential, to use it completely effectively. I just kind of wonder, like, what, for you guys watching out there, how do you, I guess, build your days? How do you build your weeks? And making sure that you don't waste your time, you don't, you know, do stupid things, or you don't, you know, you don't achieve your goals. Because I feel like this is an issue that I think a lot of people would struggle with, is using your time efficiently and working towards your goals and getting them done. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta do it, whether you like it or not. It's hard. It is really hard. What the hell is it? What's a body piece? What? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how I can tell you guys to do that better, because I don't know how to do it either. But I guess I can kind of, the thing I can kind of explain to you guys is how I can go about it, how I can change it, and also just kind of tell you guys how, I guess, for me, how I do it, how my life is currently going, how like everything in my life currently works. You know, I'm an apprentice, carpenter. I think I work hard. I don't know if I do. I hope I do. Because working hard is important to me. Because you know, I want to be someone that my children can look up to, or my future children can look up to and be like, oh yeah, my dad works so hard. He's done blah blah blah. But really, it's hard to know just how hard you're working, because your internal view of how hard you work might be different to how others perceive you. Because I feel like that is also another thing as well that's a bit tricky to gauge. But anyways, back on what I was talking about, time. I'll wake up at like ideally 6 in the morning. Usually it's not. Usually it's like random times. So 6:22 this morning, and I got to be at work at 7. I get ready fast enough just to make work. Sometimes I'm late. Sometimes I'm a couple minutes early. Sometimes I'm just right on time. Usually I'm just right on time, which isn't good enough. But you know, it's just one of those things, I guess, that you got to work on the time. I've always struggled with waking up early too. That's never been a strong suit of mine. But yeah, like I'll get home and you know, I'm trying to get into shape to do a marathon. I've never seriously ran distance at all in my life. I've done cross country at school. I've finished okay. Like I've been reasonably fit. I've always been a short distance runner, so learning how to pace myself is probably one of the bigger things I have to worry about a lot of the time, because I'm not very good at pacing myself. I'm quite bad at pacing myself, you know, and yeah, it's hard to learn that, but I feel like I've gotten decent at it now. But yeah, I want to get in the marathon shape, so I went and bought a watch for it. Yeah. Jeez, someone's ripping it right now. If you can hear that, someone is absolutely ripping it. But yeah, you know, it's just doing that, then trying to do content. Oh no. Trying to do content and trying to do so many things at once it's such a hard game to juggle, because I also have a fiance. You know, I play 2 different sports. I play hockey and volleyball. Volleyball I don't play regularly. This is just a local competition that's come up. It's kind of like a friendly competition, so it's alright. But you know, like trying to play hockey while balancing wanting to become a marathon runner, and then balancing work, and then balancing my free time and my downtime where I can do stuff like build Legos and make videos and, you know, hang out with my fiance, because that's also very important to me, is spending time with my family, with the people I love. Jeez. I hate living near a highway for this exact reason. It's just because there's cars always blasting past all the time. I love cars, but it does get a bit annoying after a while, to be fair. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to balance all of these things. I usually can't balance all of them that well. Sometimes I do have good days where I get everything I want to get done, and you know, I have all this spare time that I can use to hang out with other people. But more often than not, I'm completely, I don't have time for anything, and I end up having to skip stuff or miss out on things just because I haven't planned properly, and I haven't like effectively used my time. You know, I'll sit there on my phone, I'll scroll reels for a bit, or I'll watch some stupid YouTube video that I won't think about for the next, like, well, I probably will never think about again. It's just silly things like that that I get caught up in. I feel like a lot of you guys would too, you know. It's so easy to get caught up in a lot of that shit, and like it doesn't benefit any of us at all. It just sucks away time. It's fine if you don't really do much and you just sit at home and rot, but then again though, like, are you really happy with that? Are you happy with not chasing after anything, or having any other commitments? I used to do that. Like, I used to come home and I used to play games chronically. I used to wait till the weekend after school and I'll just play games all night, start up doing all-nighters, playing GTA 5 or playing Apex or Fortnite or whatever. And I can't do that anymore. I have responsibilities, I have more important things I want to be doing. You know, I have to deal with life. You know, as a kid, I always was like, yeah, I want to grow up, I want to be an adult so I can have freedom and I can do all these cool things. But at the end of the day, becoming an adult doesn't even make you free anymore, like, at all. If anything, it makes you less free. Because, yeah, you can go smoke, you can go drink, you can go get home whenever you want, you don't really get questioned. You can move out, you can do all of that, but dude, you can't be 8 years old again, like, without a care in the world, just thinking about your favorite TV show or whatever. You know, you got to think about your next step, with your life, with your career, with your spouse, with your friends. You know, and it's tricky. It's really tricky to balance all those things, and they're not talked about how to balance them at all. School doesn't prepare you well enough to actually balance all of this. School does nothing at all to help. You know, it's silly, to be honest, especially because, you know, you'd think the school system wants us to be the best that we can possibly be, and they want us to succeed the best, yet all they really care about is, you know, math, science, blah blah blah, which is still important, but I don't think it's as important as having life skills, how to you know, manage your money, how to pay taxes, how to like even setting a doctor's appointment. Like, stupid little things that you don't get told until after you finish school. You know, you have home ec classes that teach you how to cook basic meals. You know, maybe if you do sewing, you can learn how to sew a button back on or patch a cut in your shirt or something. But there's really not many life skills that you get from school, and they don't teach you especially how to manage your time very well. They can help you to, I guess, understand it with schoolwork, but not when it comes to planning out your week, planning out your month, planning out your year. You're not taught that. You're just meant to figure it out for yourself. And I hate that. I hate that the new generation isn't being taught how to do these things by adults who have already experienced that and know how to do that. It's frustrating. Very, very frustrating. If you guys are still somehow listening to me ramble on about useless things, thank you. It means a lot. You know, I don't want to create content just to be a big influencer and do all these cool things and blah 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 and be able to show, oh, I have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, I have this and that, because none of that stuff matters to me, bro. It's the only thing that really matters is like the slow points of life, like this, building Lego in my mum's backyard while I talk to a camera, or pretty much to myself, or if you guys are listening, you guys, about my life, about my struggles, about the things I think about at night. It's not easy. And it's hard to cope with. But yeah. Anyway, kind of leaving the topic of time now, even though that's what this video is based on. It's time management and time. Marathon running. I'm getting really into marathon running. I have this thing where I kind of just like go from thing to thing. Don't know why. I just kind of have a fad for a little bit and then I give it up. But I'm hoping, well, I'm not hoping, I want marathon running to be a thing I stick with for the rest of my life, because not only is it healthy and blah blah blah, it's just fun. Like, I actually do enjoy running a lot. I've always loved running. I've always loved the feeling of being faster than someone for some weird reason. You know, it's one of those things I do take a lot of joy in. It's just being able to run. Because one day we'll all get old. We will all get old, and we won't be able to run anymore. We won't be able to do the things that we could do in our teenage years or our young adult years. You know, like, effectively we won't have the movement that we used to have at this current age. You know, I feel like that's what a lot of old people do envy quite a bit in themselves, I would think. Not young people, but like, you know, it's just, why didn't you take the time out to do stuff like go for a run? Yeah, it sucks, but at least you can do it. Some people are disabled, they can't even go running. They can't even do the things. Sorry boys, my camera angle's changed because my phone battery's died. Well, not battery, but that's about to die. No, what happened is my phone's like, oh, your storage is full. So you missed out on an entire ramble. Probably didn't really matter too much, considering I was just kind of talking about life and my struggles and stuff right now. But before my phone dies, I just want to ask whoever's watching this, please leave a comment on your own experiences with time management and, you know, a lot of the struggles that you might have going on, kind of like me, and how you cope with them or how you try to fix them. And for any adults who are watching who have more experience, or maybe people my age who are even just more experienced in time management and better at it than what I am, leave some advice to help someone, me. You know, just kind of one of those things, asking for wisdom to help other people. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. If you've made it this far, yeah, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Anyways, love you guys. God bless.